internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's get right into today's video. SWIFT, Ripple, ISO 20022, long in the making. And I'm going to show you exactly how they have been testing this behind the scenes, silently scaling the system, utilizing the TicketCreate method on the XRP ledger. And in today's video, I'm going to give you a perfect overview with hardcore evidence and a clip from Bob Way that is going to completely shock you folks. You are going to leave this video by understanding exactly what you hold. And that is one of the most valuable assets that human mankind history can face before we get into the next bull market. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. I would like to say the XRP pendant is now 30% off for the first time for Black Friday. If you guys add it to cart, it will automatically apply the 30% off at checkout. Link in the description down below. There are no engravings on this and they will be shipped within 24 hours of purchase. So link in the description down below, 30% off the entire site. And let's get into the video. Yesterday, we were looking at the roadmap for G20. And then we finished off by saying, folks, TicketCreate was implemented perfectly within the G20 roadmap when they started exploring liquidity bridges. Like I said, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, it would be beneficial. Watch that and then come back and watch this. I'll leave that in the description down below. This is very, very important. I'm going to tell you what TicketCreate is. I'm going to tell you how it's compatible with ISO 20022, and they have been scaling it 100% behind the scenes. This is hardcore evidence. But first, I want to set the tone. We talk about $10 trillion overnight at JP Morgan, okay? That's just one. But I want to give you guys a perspective from a former Ripple executive that worked at Ripple, Mr. Bob Way. He was with Ripple way back in 2013, one of the original individuals within Ripple. Let's set the tone by him saying this. But just to clarify, ISO 20022 is way bigger than you might think at first. It replaces the previous SWIFT standards, MT&MX, and adds a lot of other things. And we're going to get into those a lot of things. And he even said this, where he was doing a Q&A. Listen to this part. All high volume financial institutions kept asking, will it scale? Can you support every credit card transaction during the Christmas season? This is what they were asking Ripple. And now let's think about it from a DTCC perspective, the derivatives. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring everything together. And look at this. If you want to put 8 billion people on a ledger and each of them is going to have a couple of trust lines and maybe market orders, then you are looking towards 100 billion ledgers entries. That means servers get larger and operational costs do as well. Okay, so this is when they're trying to create a level playing field here within every single economy together. And now listen to what former Ripple Bob Way said. If you guys haven't watched a full Q&A, that was 3.5 hours. Alex Cobb's YouTube video, check it out. But look at this mini clip that I have taken out. Just listen to him very carefully. I'm going to break down TicketCreate after, and you're going to go absolutely haywire.
People would rather have the dollar, the one that can trade anywhere in the country. It's more valuable.
It's got more purchasing power than the coupon.
Yeah. Now you expand that to XRP and you say, well, I have this thing that I can trade to anybody, anywhere in the world instantly. I don't have to first trade this for the thing that they want and then trade that thing that they want for the thing that I want, which is the product. Mm-hmm. I can just pay with this thing and they get what they want and I get the product. And it happens all at once. Uh-huh. And once you have that, then it becomes absolutely 100% clear that Bitcoin is not money, right? Mm-hmm. It may be something else, but it's not money. Ether is the cool token you need to pay to run your smart contracts, but it's not money because it's only good for this niche group of people.
Right.
And this other thing is money because it's good for everybody, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, which one do you want to hold? Well, that's really the thing that makes the price go up. That's really the thing that makes the price go up. Once people have that realization, once you start seeing people go, oh yeah, once I'm not telling you how awesome it is, I'm just telling you I'm making payments like I'm swiping my credit card, then that, we're done. The game is won. Everybody else will just follow along.
We just won. Everybody else will just follow along. And that ages perfectly with what's happening right now. And also Ripple being on the member list of the ISO 20022 payments. You see Ripple with Nacha, with MasterCard. Of course, they're all working together, which we know 100%. And then ironically, ISO 20022 coexistence begins opening new possibilities for cross-border payments March 20th of 2023. And if we get on to the scan metrics, right? November, the G20 roadmap, that was the secret roadmap that was published that everybody's following. It spiked on March of this year. This is where all the spikes happened, okay? And this is Ripple and Swift. Give me evidence that it is not Ripple and Swift. I'll be in the comments down below looking for it. And then they started scaling it. I'm not going to get into these dates. I've covered this before, but we're going to cover this. And with what Bob Way is saying, this ticket creative feature is very important and compatible with ISO 20022. ISO 20022 and benefits from XRPL ticket create feature. ISO 20022 focuses on creating a common language and model for payments data across the globe. The XRP's ticket create feature can complement this by providing a more flexible and efficient way to manage transaction sequencing. This is particularly beneficial for complex, multi-party transactions common in global finance. Enhanced efficiency for multi-sign transactions. This is so important. Many international transactions, especially those that require compliance with various regulatory standards, need multiple approvals. TicketCreate allows these transactions to be prepared and signed over time without disrupting the order of other transactions. This can be crucial for operations that need to align with the detailed and structured messaging format of ISO 20022. Reduce transaction failures. In the high-stakes environment of international banking, transaction failures due to sequence errors can be costly. TicketCreate minimizes these risks, ensuring smoother financial operations and compliance with ISO 20022's emphasis on reliable and accurate transaction data. And strategic transaction management, again, very important from a banker's perspective. Banks can use TicketCreate to strategically plan transactions, which is vital for managing liquidity and credit risks in line with ISO 20022's requirements for detailed financial reporting and risk management. And role of XRP in this integration. Well, XRP is used as a medium for transaction fees on the XRPL, including those involving the TicketCreate feature. These fees are essential for the security and integrity of the network, preventing spam and ensuring that the ledger operates smoothly. In the context of international transactions adhering to ISO 20022, the use of XRP for fees means that banks and financial institutions can efficiently process transactions on the XRPL, taking advantage of its features like TicketCreate while maintaining the network's robustness. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I hope you guys really understood that point of view, how big this is going to get and why it's taken so long. Since day one, the banks were asking, can it scale? And when you're going to incorporate, okay, let's just take a step back because I feel like this is where we lose a lot of people and their patience. When you're about to incorporate a completely new financial infrastructure that's going to handle trillions of dollars on a completely different scale that we have never seen before, okay, It is not going to happen overnight. You need to get everything in line. Why it's taken so long, another reason, is because they're trying to connect every economy together, bringing everybody together so it's a level playing field. I feel like I'm a broken record when I keep saying a level playing field, but that is why it's taken so long. We can't even put together a dinner if we tried as humans. Bring 1 billion people together, everybody available on one day to have a dinner together. Do you know how long that would take? You know, that's just kind of a different perspective, but we're trying to bring governments, banks, anything that has value over to blockchain. And those types of value instruments are gonna need to move by leveraging digital assets.
A digital assets infrastructure and blockchain will enable that in the context of value transfer and transactioning.
And the linking of market infrastructures to explore how it can support interoperability and enable the seamless flow of value.
So this is much bigger than what anybody could imagine. We haven't physically seen it with our eyes, and it's coming, but when it happens, it's going to be crazy. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. These metrics are 100% accurate. You know, if you don't believe me, that's totally fine. That is totally fine. I want to just kind of go ahead and zoom in here because it is very zoomed out just to show you. If you don't believe me, that is totally fine. It takes a set of different kind of mentality to understand this. But for this to ironically spike in the same month as ISO 20022 begins its core existence for cross-border payments, and the fact that TicketCreate is compatible, obviously, with ISO 20022 and why it's so useful given their nature of business, this is 100% ISO 20022 and Ripple. And then over here, they're scaling it, right? They're scaling. Why do you think all the numbers are the same? These are scaling it. God knows what's going on behind the scenes. And then this is another leg up. These are all stress tests that are going to happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. 30% off the entire website. Link in the description down below. And we will be back with another video.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.